I'm going to take down the last video that I did to Ujames and leave this in its stead. The sentiment is pretty much the same, but apparently he's already made 2 other videos on it. Both of them are, well, all 3 videos I find are fairly interesting, even though the last one is just responding to Ellen Coase and the laughing out. This is on the subject of our scientific knowledge of human sexuality. And believe me, this is something that I've looked into fairly deeply. And I am a huge science geek. And I'm going to talk to everyone like they are huge science geeks. The one thing that I could find that I've known about is prenatal hormone exposure as it affects male sexuality. Now, this is very specifically male sexuality. You try and apply the findings, the statistically significant findings, to anything else except for, is a bloke gay, likely to be gay or straight, and again, we're using those terms very colloquially, and you realize just how limited the study is, because it doesn't apply outside of that. And the best that we can derive from that is that Kinsey was right, and that sexuality should be treated like a gradient. It should not be treated as, there's bisexuals that are 50-50, and there's gay people that are 100% same-sex and 0% opposite sex, and there's straight people, which are the inverse of gay people, and there's asexuals that are like 0. No, we can't even categorize like that. We're dealing with a gradient map. And once you realize that the hormone study actually implies to a great degree that is what we're dealing with, we know fuck all about human sexuality. When it comes to scratching the surface, we haven't yet. We have just discovered what color the surface is. We'll get to scratching it. But there's still so much work to do. There is so much we don't understand. And to the best of my findings, that's the only thing that we are sure about. That prenatal hormone exposure plays a statistically significant role in human sexuality, as do polygenic traits. What genes are turned on, what genes are combined with what, and this is stuff that's a hell of a lot more complicated than eye color. So I have to say, I agree with you, James, in as far as we know fuck all. And the best that we can say is what we've found out slants to the nature side. Mostly because most of the nurture arguments, especially that fundamentalist Christians make, such as, oh, if your son plays with Barbies, he's gay, or you're letting him become gay, are fucking stupid. That's all we got. We've got science that slightly points to our side, and we have the nurture side of the debate, for the most part, making ludicrous, bullshit, laughable arguments. Right up there on par with, well, if the earth is round, why don't the people in China fall off? In short, to repeat myself, we know fuck all. We know a statistical study that points towards nature, and we know a lot of arguments about nurture are stupid. I think I've repeated myself 4 times, and I'm really fucking tired. So I'll leave it at that. But you, James, we do have at least that one study that points to a statistically significant nature argument, at least in the scientific sense, for male sexuality. So we are pretty sure, we can be pretty sure that major contributing factors are likely to fall on the nature side. And what we'd find on the nurture side, at least as far as gay, bi, straight are concerned, are probably, if anything, going to be far less significant. That is all. Peace.